a general reading for like the week ahead. Thank you so much for your support, for your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes. If you do want to see future videos, definitely make sure that you hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you never miss a beat. And let's see what's going on. All right, Capricorns, what's the overall energy around you? So we have the Lovers, we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Justice card as the first four cards. So you're at a place to where you're trying to make the best decision in regards to how to proceed with some sort of like custody battle or some sort of legal situation here. I'm also seeing that there's like beyond some sort of legal situation, you could be trying to make a decision on whether or not to give someone another chance. You could be reviewing everything that you and this person have been through and what you guys have, went through in terms of the good and the bad up until this point, and having to make a decision on what makes the most sense in terms of if it's fixable or if it's recoverable. Especially if this is like an ex-husband, ex-wife, current husband, current wife, or person that you really care about, but there have been, like I said, just some extreme ups and downs, and it's the question of how can we fix things, how can we repair things. Beyond just romantic, this could also be like a family relationship where maybe you want to fix the dynamic around how you and your child, or you and the person you have children with, you and a sister or brother, whoever this may be, can like get to a better place in rebuilding the relationship. I'm also seeing some of you have been like waiting for a while to maybe like move forward with some sort of application to get some sort of certificate, or not certificate, certification. You could be actually getting it during this time frame or getting information in regards to that. I'm also seeing something here around like signing a lease, getting a new contract. There could be some sort of business contract that comes your way after waiting for a while. Maybe you're waiting for like your job to actually hook you up with like a job or something, or a position, and it finally like comes in perfect timing. Some of you also may be getting a new car as well. The Justice card, the Chariot. Y'all know the Chariot to me is like my car card. But yeah, some of you are definitely going to be signing like new leases, getting some sort of new contract going. Okay. Now, what is the advice for the week ahead for you? We have the Two of Wands, we have the Ten of Cups, we have the Five of Wands, and we also have the Queen of Cups. So the advice for the week ahead, choose to go out of your comfort zone and do things a little bit differently during this week. If you know that like redundant schedules or doing things the same way every single day doesn't give you a sense of, feeling exhilarated or like you're pushing yourself, switch things up. Same thing in terms of a business. If you feel like things are stagnant or you're not tapping into the full potential that you could reach, this is like allowing yourself to try new things, test the waters, do things a little bit differently. Maybe you don't need to try harder, you just need to try a little bit differently. And you'll be shocked. I also see maybe trying a different approach when it comes to handling a family situation or your family dynamic. Okay, especially if there is like a lot of family drama or family issues that create like discourse or a division. It's important that you don't choose sides or get yourself involved in family drama in a way where you're having to choose sides in any way, and just choosing the side of peace. Okay, and making sure you're taking care of yourself too. Some of you have to constantly be the mediator. You constantly have to be the voice of reason. And it's important that you're not like exhausting yourself to a point of like not having enough fuel for yourself. Another thing I'm picking up on, some of you have been wanting to make certain decisions with your life that could conflict with other people. Like maybe you want to move to a different part of the world, and it's the concern around like how certain people around you are going to feel about you doing this. Spirit is saying you need to live authentically for you. Okay, if you haven't been living a life that's based off of what makes you happy, and it's been centered around how other people are going to think, or how other people are going to feel. At some point, you're going to have to wake up one day and choose you. So this week, try to do little things that prioritizes you outside of always prioritizing other people. Okay, because for a lot of you, you've been wanting to do certain things for a while now. Take a vacation, go back to school, move to a different part of the world, but it's the concern of how other people are going to be able to survive or live without you or thrive. But what about you? Now, when it comes to what you're unaware of for the week ahead, what are some things that you're unaware of that you should be aware of? We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Cups, we have the Ace of Wands, and we also have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so what you're unaware of, well, if you've been going through any financial issues, you are in the process of rebuilding that up, and it's important that you're also being very mindful around like the little things that could be chipping away at your savings, or like your process of like maybe saving up for something or getting your money in order. So it could be like the little things that you're not even checking for that could be like eating away at your finances. So be very mindful of what saving system you have in place and just combing through your finances and seeing where majority of your money is going to. Another thing that you may be unaware of, there could be some sort of personal goal that you guys are going to achieve over the next couple of months. Now, this could be a goal of losing weight, because the Knight of Pentacles does talk about like physical fitness, rebuilding the body up. So this could be like a weight loss goal. This could be the financial goal of saving up enough money to purchase something or to like start some sort of new chapter in your life. But it really starts with the little things. Again, the Knight of Pentacles always takes us back to what are the little things that we can do to, you know, build ourselves up? What are the little things that we can or not micromanage, but, you know, do that's going to over time make a big difference, and the little things add up. What else? Another thing that you may be unaware of, your energy is directly correlated to how you're moving your body. So I keep seeing stuff around like needing to get physical or needing to get active, especially for my people who spend a lot of time in the house. You really want to be mindful of like doing things that get you moving or doing things that keep you in a motivated space, whatever that routine or that may look like, okay? Now, what do you need to be mindful of or like avoid? Okay, hey, Necessary Truths. I have the Four of Wands, I have the Ten of Pentacles, I have the Page of Swords, and I also have the Four of Cups. Okay, so what do you need to be mindful of? Again, staying in the house too long. Okay, this is for my entrepreneurs, for my people who work from home, for my people who are just parents, and maybe you just spend a lot of time at home for that very reason. But it's important that you are getting yourself out. Okay, what you need to avoid is choosing to keep yourself also in the house for no reason. And I'm not saying you got to spend money either. Like, you could do things that take you outside of the house without spending money. Another thing you want to avoid is getting into this energy of being very skeptical about starting new things or questioning things that you know to be the way that they are. So an example of this is like questioning whether or not you're capable of going to school and actually being successful at that. Or questioning if your goals, the goals that you've had for so long, are even the goals that you want. Or like questioning yourself in a way where it's like doubtful. There's nothing wrong with questioning. There's nothing wrong with having a level of curiosity. It's just when you start to talk yourself out of things in that, you know, questioning, or it's coming from more of a negative line of questioning, then that's something you want to be mindful of. Also, any naysayers or people who are trying to like talk you out of doing things, you also need to be mindful of them as well. They could be projecting and not giving you any real good advice. So anybody who you're telling your plans to, if anything, you want to protect your plans like it's gold and maybe not tell certain people until you've gotten it off the ground and you got an idea of how you want to go about things. Because other people's ideas and other people's projections are just that, projections. Another thing you want to avoid is also focusing on the things that you don't want. Yes, we all don't want to experience a level of poverty. We all don't want to experience a level of disappointment, but it doesn't have to be the focus either. Like, we don't have to go throughout the day and be like, oh man, I just don't want to be broke. We don't have to go throughout the day where we're having to constantly remind ourselves of what we don't want to experience, because at that point it's like, well, we know that already. And then it creates like more of an opposite effect where we end up attracting the things that we really don't want because it's always on our mind. So the second you find yourself going into that, like, man, I don't want this to happen, I don't want that to happen, well, repeat to your head, I know that already. And hopefully those thoughts will just start to slowly disintegrate and not be a thing anymore. All right, so let me pull some cards from here. What is the general energy around my Capricorns? What is the general energy? So we have butterfly, which represents metamorphosis. We have rainbow, which represents hope. We have globe, which represents possibility. We have abundance, which represents the cowrie shell. And we have power lines, which represents energy. Yeah, so the general energy for this week for you is adjusting. Believing that there is opportunity out there for you still, knowing or realizing that there's opportunity, and not just saying that from like a place of just being positive. It's coming from a place of believing, because even hope is not an energy of like positivity per se. It's about belief. It's about the belief that there is still a chance to do something about your situation. I think that this is what this week is calling for you to step into. A sense of belief. You may not know how. You may not know exactly the full-on game plan in terms of how things are going to play out and how you're going to get there. But belief in itself is what you need, especially when it comes to like in higher forces, if not yourself, in moments where you start to question yourself. And then like another big thing that is standing out to me. So what I was talking about, or earlier when I was talking about energy is infectious. You want to be mindful of what you're taking in, okay, during this time frame. If you gotta put you some meditation music on so that you can drown out, certain entertainment, or, maybe you have like a chaotic home environment and maybe that sometimes takes you away from feeling, grounded and whatnot, but it's important that you're doing your energy work during this next week or so. For some of you, you're naturally going to be doing that anyways. But this is what I see. I hope that this was helpful, Capricorns. I do wish you the best of luck for the week ahead, and I will talk to you later.